I feel like there's always a K-pop song in these
episode. Eat, live. I wonder why. You eat, live, and breathe that shit. Last time you went in the office 2 times ago, I was like, how are you? Like, what are you looking for attention? Anymore. I'm tired of waiting for the things I want. I'm gonna learn how to sing by the end of this podcast.
I want you to shut up, Mercedes.
When TikTok started taking off and everyone was like, renegade. I really thought for a second, I was like, are we talking about like Naruto Shippuden? I'm like, are we talking about the Renegon and like the Second Genkais? Like, what the fuck is a renegade?
Believe it! Believe it!
This is happening.
Oh, finally. I'm so excited.
You want to clap or do you want to play?
I want to clap.
You just said, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to finally do
Y'all
this.
don't know what we've been through, okay? But you will find
Mercury and
out.
retrograde really fucked
All we
us.
do is gab.
Okay. Episode 4, Naruto. Oh, fuck.
Other way. Dun, dun, dun. So, I don't know if you know what anime we're doing today.
It might be a little hard to guess.
My favorite anime. It doesn't have to be Naruto. Listen, let me tell you something.
Naruto, you've seen Dragon
Naruto,
Ball,
there's
and
the
then we're
scene
like,
where
oh my
he's
god,
like,
Bleach.
And
you,
Naruto is fucking
and Hinata is like,
and I know that like a lot of people just think like, oh my god, ramen, like Naruto ramen, like.
oh my god, y'all don't know what we've been through.
It's been a challenge of a day.
What time is it, Sophia?
It's like 5.
It is 5:23. When did you touch down in this place?
Like 2.
2 p.m. But we ate. We were supposed to start recording at like 3, a
Yeah.
cute little 3. And
Yeah.
then the cord broke. So did our spirits. If y'all would have seen me, I was on the couch. I was cooling. I was like, we'll just record tomorrow. Sophia had the fire in their eyes.
Yeah, my Aries moon really popped off.
Person of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Your
my
brother.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Tech savvy, photographer, director extraordinaire, editor.
Tech genius. Honestly, he's like if Sophia was like on an Ambien.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Halloween. It's October.
October is the month of spooky and anime.
Spooky.
Both.
Which
of those things.
does Sophia look different to you at all? They watched My Hero.
My Hero
Which
6.
we can actually now talk about next week. This was gonna have to be pushed to next week if we didn't fix up the mic.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched it. I've only seen gifs of that like black girl or whatever.
Yeah, very excited. Miraku is like being iconic.
How was the theme song?
So good.
Really?
One of the best ones so far.
English?
No.
A lot of
like
new
the
animes.
animation's really good.
Really?
They did like a comic book style.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was really good.
A lot of animes
so
like have been gravitating towards like English openers sometimes. Some
So
are good.
My Hero's back.
Psycho.
Psycho is also coming back.
Bleach.
Bleach is coming
is
back.
coming
soon.
back.
Spy Family, the second part, is also like out.
Did they drop a trailer? Because I haven't
For
seen
what?
gifs of that guy.
Of Spy Family?
I think
I think the first episode's out.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about Naruto. I just want to get into it.
You want us to get into it?
Yeah, I do.
Speaking of, is it a little hot in here to you?
No.
I don't know. Just like
I think it's
it's just like really hot in here. Oh my god! It's like
good one.
You know, it's
stan.
just like and honestly, I think
Alexandra's gonna get naked on the pod.
Let me just get comfortable.
You planned this whole bit?
What do you think I've been doing in this apartment, bitch? Please hold.
That's my favorite anime shirt you own.
Oh my god.
The crop.
No. Wait, what am I? Okay, yeah. Get into this. We've been sitting here for 3 hours, and I've had 3 different basic.
You really committed to the
I am
bit.
dedicated to the
really
bit. I
committed.
am dedicated to
Really
the
committed
bit.
to the bit.
Wow.
I don't think I could ever do that.
Yes. So, if it if it wasn't obvious, Naruto is one of the most important things to me.
Mm.
Like, what is on here? Oh, there's like some whatever. And I think what even fuels my passion for it even more is that people don't want me to like it. Or people like think it's like watching this arc. I cried again. This is the last time we can talk about this.
Yeah.
I can't watch it anymore.
No.
Today we are talking about the Pain arc. The arc of all arcs, y'all. Like, this arc transcends anime. This arc dives into philosophy, like Thoreau, Emerson. They could never. It delves into like class. It delves into everything. And yes, this is in the show that everyone just thinks is about some annoying blonde-haired bitch who eats ramen. Okay, what is your relationship with Naruto?
My brother, speaking of, he was obsessed with it. He collected all of the manga, like from the original, and I was always annoyed at it. Like, he would try to like make me watch it. And I've watched some of the like first series, not Shippuden, but like the original. He had some of the games too, like PS3,
The fighting ones.
yeah,
They're
and then
called
ones
something.
that
Storm, Ninja Storm.
yeah.
Mhm.
You had to like walk around the village.
But you got to like
Naruto.
see the show too, kind of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The only other way that I was exposed to Naruto was like the shipping, the Sasuke and Naruto. But I've never been. I would try to like watch it from the beginning, like the original Naruto, and be
It's
like,
hard.
I don't want to do this.
It's really hard, and well, because we've recorded this episode, haven't we?
Yeah.
And in that first episode, you were talking about how you were surprised because
Yeah.
you'd never seen this arc before
No,
I assigned it
haven't.
to you
No.
for homework.
Yes.
Oh my
It was really surprising to me, especially how Naruto acts.
god! Do you hate me now?
I think how Naruto acts really surprised me, because like all I know about him is just like him being annoying,
Yeah.
an annoying little kid. But then he's such an adult here, and especially I think the scene that really stuck to me and makes me cry every single time is just his conversation with his dad.
We are not even there yet.
I know.
Okay.
But that's the standout for me.
So my how Naruto, I think we kind of, I mean, I don't know if like people are just going to start off from these episodes. Go back and watch our old episodes, please. But I'll say it again. Naruto was like my first introduction to anime. I would come home from soccer practice and my brother would be watching it and I would be like, is this for kids? And like, it was apparently. And then like, I just like grew up with that show. Like, it ended maybe like 4 years ago or something.
That's wild.
That's
wild.
I know. And by the end of it, I think Naruto's 18 because in this scene, he's 16. And at that point, I was like, I guess I was 21. But having started it when I was like 7 and then growing up with these characters. And also, before this episode, I was doing research because I didn't want to come off as a fraud. But listen, y'all, I can only watch so many scenes so many times, and I mean like I don't watch it a lot. I mean like emotionally the damage that it does on me.
Yeah.
Even watching this, I was scrolling through the Hulu page and I saw the thumbnail of Sasuke and Itachi's fight, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, for some reason the hold that these characters have on me is insane. And I was reading, I guess you got lore, but also just like terms. It's more complicated than any AP history test I've ever taken.
Yeah.
I was learning about, like, I was going over the Mangekyo Sharingan, the Sharingan,
It's
the
so
fucking
complex.
Rinnegan, which I'm not gonna hold you. When TikTok started taking off and everyone was like, renegade. I really thought for a second, I was like, are we talking about like Mamoru Uchiha? I'm like, are we talking about the Renegon and like the Keka Genkais? Like, what the fuck is a renegade? And so I assigned Sofía the illustrious Pain arc, which as a viewer, at this point, you've just seen Naruto, like Jiraiya sensei just died. His sensei, one of the only people, there are very few people in Naruto's life who believes in him.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jiraiya sensei was one of those. He died, and then so Naruto's like really somber, and it just, so then the leader of the Akatsuki, the like infamous villain people, is attacking the Leaf Village in order to get Naruto because he's a Chinchuriki. He has the nine-tailed beast inside of him. Everybody trying to get Naruto, and then Naruto fights him off, and it's just a beautiful way for the author to show the impact that Naruto has on the Hidden Leaf Village, to show the way that the few people that do care about them, like how much they do care about him, and
how much they value him as a ninja. Yeah.
Which, by the way, I want to fucking take out the entire Hidden Leaf Village.
Well, he did, so you don't have to do
You
that.
know what? Okay, so let's get started. So that we're at the entrance.
Yeah.
How did it make you feel?
I was like, oh shit, he's here.
I'm gonna beat your ass. Get it together, energy, bitch. I need what?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll say this. I've probably seen this maybe now like 4 times. You see Naruto like training. Naruto's never been serious. When fucking Naruto Uzumaki shows up with, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but like the frog like grows up. Like he was never that big. Like we've known this frog forever. And he's always been little and annoying.
The Jiraiya frog?
Yeah. The one that Naruto uses.
One?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we first were acquainted, Jiraiya uses his dad. And then the dad, I guess, maybe died or something. I don't really know.
Here's what I said.
Okay.
Because this is old notes, so I didn't know what I felt in the first
Well,
time.
we're get it together.
He said Naruto's entrance caused real goosebumps, and I didn't even know what was going on.
See, that's what I need. You were like,
Yeah,
it was good.
No, I was like, oh shit, he's here.
Dun, 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 dun. Bitch, and he shows up in Sage mode. He got a new fit. He got a new skin on. He got a new. I was like,
He looks good.
oh my god, that entrance is iconic in the anime realm. Okay.
Crickets. Cricket.
I think the other part that really like got to me was Pain's monologue.
Right.
And
When
I
was
think
that?
that happens like a little bit after that, so I don't know if there's something in between that you want to talk about.
Well, they fight.
They do fight. That does happen.
Pause. What is happening with you?
What do you mean?
Do you want me to jog your memory?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Learning Sage mode, which is different from ninjutsu, genjutsu, and taijutsu. She pissed me off real bad when she was like, Naruto! Bitch, Naruto's been pining after you his whole life. Smashes one of the Pain down. Rasen Shuriken. Do you hate me now? Goshi Sensei didn't get a bullet shot at him, got it pulled through his head. As Shadow Clone's waiting in the other realm.
Yes. That was a huge reveal.
That was great.
I love that reveal. I was like, yes, Naruto planning ahead. Yes.
Naruto cannot do math to save his life. But
Same.
battle smart. So I believe that where you started evoking emotion, we can jump straight to Hinata jumping in.
Yeah. That episode is glorious.
Glorious.
The Hinata and like Naruto flashback is absolutely, it really got me in my feels. Like it really did. And I've never been a fan of Hinata
Right.
because she's just a little bit
Naruto.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm not putting that in. Ew.
She's a little bit spineless, I guess.
One of my themes I wrote for the week is being down bad.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how down bad you have to be to run into a fucking fight? But yes, Pain's monologue, because he is all about, because of the existence of love, sacrifice is born as well as hate, and one comprehends and one knows pain.
That really got me thinking.
Do you hate me
his
now?
Little monologue got Naruto thinking. It got me thinking. And also another thing. This is important.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Baker as Pain is literally the best thing that has ever happened. It's the best discovery that I've had watching this, because Troy Baker is a huge voice actor. He mostly does like video games and like, you know, AAA titles.
Okay. Wait, what is a AAA title?
AAA title is like you know, mainstream huge video game.
Okay.
And
Voice actor talk. Not okay, go on.
And Troy Baker's one of my favorites. He did Batman in one of the Arkham games. He's done other ones that I don't remember right now. Point is, he is amazing, and him as Pain is everything.
It might be one of the best performances.
I am shook to my core by just his voice alone, and then what he says is also just, oh my god.
Yeah, because I distinctly remember, like, because voice acting is not like my gig, but I remember even before having met you or anything, just being like, Pain's voice. I don't think anyone else had that distinctive and insane of a voice.
No, it's so good, which makes it stand out, because, you know, Naruto isn't necessarily known for its good voice acting, especially in the beginning, you know. But I think having Troy Baker there, it just elevates the arc.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like, it just elevates it to something that's not just every other story.
Because the voice had to be so good in order to really carry out, in order to really immerse the...
Yes, because you can't just hate Pain. Right. That wouldn't work. If we just hated Pain, it just wouldn't work. But you have to kind of sympathize with him. And I think in that monologue, you kind of do. Even Naruto, to a certain extent, you know, after his talk with his father, he goes back to the real Pain, whatever. And he just says, like, I just want to talk. Because it is a very complicated dilemma. And it is something that I have thought about.
Well, I'm watching this. He was saying some stuff and I said, oh my God, he just like me for real. Because he really... But I was thinking, like, this was me before therapy. Like, maybe without the killing.
Right.
But other than that, I was like, every good thing is only good because bad things happen. I'm like, I got hurt, so everyone else should get hurt. You know what I'm saying?
It's also like the thing of, like, how do we have peace and without violence? And I do have this conversation with people where, like, some people, even when it comes to, like, activism, some people are 100% against violence because they're like, oh, we're just doing the same thing with them, like, whatever. But I do agree to a very small extent with Pain that in order for change, you have to communicate the same language as the perpetrators. Damn. You know what I mean? Like, activism, peaceful activism, most of the time, according to history, doesn't do shit. You need to send a message. And conveying that to people who are 100% peaceful, they just don't get it. And obviously, a lot of these people are white. You know, a lot of these people who are like, oh my God, I just don't understand why you need to trash things, why you need to, like, fight, why you need to protest in such a violent way. I'm like, don't you understand the anger? And, like, that, I think, especially this Pain's monologue is especially, like, relevant during 2020 and during this whole thing that we're living in, where, like, society is killing people in a very direct way and no one's doing anything. So, like, that also made me think of that.
That was beautiful. Oh my goodness.
But it also made me think about how before, like, a few years ago, or even just a year ago, I would be like, I want to avoid all sorts of pain. Because then, like, I don't want to be hurt. And, like, what's the point of that? And, like, whatever, and avoiding everything. But if you avoid every chance of getting hurt, you're not living. And I did have to learn that from therapy.
Cartoons.
So that also made me think of that. Wow.
And that's kind of what we've been talking about, even like before watching this arc, just this week.
Yeah.
About like being vulnerable, and like my therapist telling me, she's like, Alexandra, like you have to get hurt because you like you go through life being told, do not get killed, don't get kidnapped, do everything you can to not get hurt,
be safe.
And your instinct, kind of as a teenager, on average teenager is what they portray, is like going against those instincts. But what happens when you follow what the people are telling you? That was me. I said, oh, I'm not supposed to get hurt. I won't go outside. I don't want to look dumb.
Yeah, same.
And
I won't take risks.
I won't take risks.
Especially with our heart.
Because, but like, and even just his name being Pain.
Right. Which makes it funny later a little bit when he says, do you understand pain? And I'm like, and
not the third person?
He keeps saying that, and I'm like, do you mean yourself or do you mean the concept of pain? I guess they're the same thing for him.
And okay, so I kind of verged off of what you said, which I thought was really good, because one of the things he also says is, do you still think people can truly understand each other? And notice how he's doing all these bad things because he wants to hurt Naruto, because he wants him to get on the same level of pain that he felt. And during this, you don't know his backstory while he's saying this monologue, but it's really interesting how you said, like, we still don't hate him. Yeah. Because I think we can all relate even without knowing his backstory.
Yeah. And even he says, like, you know, the Leaf Village, like, destroyed my people. We were in the center of it. Like, isn't justice revenge? Like, he was like saying, like, to a certain degree, like, justice and revenge are the same thing. Very Batman vibes. Like, very much that.
Didn't he do Batman?
He did.
Yeah.
Right? Really invoking that.
He's like, no problem.
And I feel like that is, like, obviously, like, such a... It's a trauma response to be like, others hurt me, so I'm gonna hurt others. It's like such a, you know, relatively simple way of looking at things.
It's the easy way.
It's the easy way. It's a lot more complicated if you, like, forgive. And obviously we're talking with pain, it's like more systemic. It's like a systemic oppression,
right,
of sorts,
very
which
2020
later, like, Naruto understands from, like, the fourth Hokage of, like, this is much bigger than me, and, like, how do I solve this systemic issue when I'm just one person? And then everyone else is just like, you'll figure it out.
Oh, don't worry about it.
And I'm like,
you got it.
I don't know if he can.
There's that. Okay, and I want to point out, like, a few really big, I don't remember English terms anymore, but that, like, if you watched it from the beginning to end. So it's really ironic watching this, Pain asking Naruto if he knows pain. When all we've seen is Naruto go through pain.
Yeah.
Orphan. We don't know who his parents are at this point. We do not know who his parents are. We know that there's a demon inside him that makes the entire village want him dead. Yeah. We know that he's stupid. We know that he, like, seeks attention, that, like, the Hinata flashbacks, like, literally Hinata's, like, royal clan. We know that his best friend said, fuck you. We, like, and, like, was like, and the reason why he's leaving. And then the best friend's brother is also trying to kill him. So this Pain guy is saying, like, do you hate me now? And even after all that, Naruto doesn't hate anybody. No. So much so that us as viewers are kind of like,
Naruto, come on.
Like, fuck somebody up.
Yeah.
And so there's that. And then in the fighting,
I think it's also, like, the protagonist thing. Because he does have to forgive. And, you know, it reminds me a lot of Deku. It's that sort of thing. We're like, oh. I'm like, no, but get a little angry.
But
like,
I do
a little something.
I absolutely do love. I am kind of jumping around too. But when he does go to Pain, and the author has him say, "I wish I could kill you right now."
Yes, that's a wonderful line.
When he said, "I just want to talk," I was like, "Oh my!" Like, watching this first time, like, he's really gonna go, "Hi, Pain, let's talk." But he was, like, shaking with anger. Also, the oh my god, the use of Kurama, which is the demon, the nine-tailed beast inside of him.
Yes.
And because the only time that Kurama gets out is when Naruto's angry.
Yeah.
And so Pain like provoking him, like being like, do you hate me? I don't actually know if he did that because he knew that the Nine Tails would come out. Now listen, I stan Hinata. I have from the beginning. Sakura, I'm not a Sakura hater, but she pissed me off because she really just like used Naruto to her advantage whenever. Like, oh, the village is down and everything, so now suddenly you want Naruto to come back? Like,
Yeah,
she
now
screeches,
suddenly you believe in him?
and like you see later on, she's just as always like, Sasuke. Oh shit, I'm about to die, Naruto. So that pissed me off. But like Hinata, day one. But is being down bad? Is it worth? Do you agree with her decision to jump in? That's a hard question.
That is a hard question. I wish she would have thought about it a little more. Like, really thought about what she was going to do. Because, you know what? If this was another sort of show, you could even spin it that, that was in it with Pain. And that she did that on purpose to get him to be mad. It's not, but you know what I mean.
You know what this is, though, why I think viewers... Because literally, Naruto is painfully long. Oh. Oh my god! We spent what episode? This is like 160. We spent 160 of just Naruto Shippuden watching Hinata be a pussy. All she does is just say, "Oh my god, hi nerdy," and even though she and her cousin Neji are all good, like she is still so timid, and so Naruto is really the only person that empowers her, like albeit dumb or not, to actually have a backbone.
Yeah.
And so seeing her jump
out, it would have been
relieving.
Really cool if she won at least something.
I will say she held her own. If you would have seen her in those tuning exams,
yeah, but it would have been cooler if she
could get a hit
something.
In.
Yeah,
just at least a one hitter. She had her little lions.
If she did one of her ninjutsu or whatever the fuck.
They were making it realistic.
Something like that. I did. Okay, I will say I was very confused about why Pain even let her talk. Why are you letting her speak right now? I mean, I guess he was also confused and was like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you sacrificing yourself for this guy?
He was very
he was also trying to figure it out. But I will say that moment where
speak on it.
He like throws her up there and it's complete silence.
But before that, she goes,
so good.
And because he's like, you're not a guy.
That's a ninja way.
Because that's my ninja way. Death drop, boom. tens across the board. And also the sound effects they decided to use is just like the perfect amount of like gaudy. Like it's like it's like, oh, she really got fucked up.
Oh yeah, she did.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
And then you just go, do I have a picture of it?
I will say I think it was emotionally important for her to do that.
What do you mean? For her growth? Yeah,
for her growth as a character. To just kind of like sacrifice herself fully knowing that she was probably gonna die.
Also, okay, let's talk about this. The author knew what he was doing by making like the fake Pain look like this. This guy's hot.
He is hot.
He's hot. He's giving Hot Topic. Do you see these earrings? He knew what he was doing. And that deep voice, like, fuck up.
So during that fight, before the moment with Hinata, Naruto was explaining how there's two other clones over there, whatever. It did make me realize about, and I think I mentioned this last time we talked about this, but the shonen over explanation. And I think I sort of figured it out because I did say in the Bleach episode that I didn't notice it as much with Bleach. And I think it's because in Bleach, we are Ichigo. We are as confused as Ichigo is. Like, Ichigo asks questions and, like, everyone else explains to them. And they're explaining to us. But then shows like Naruto and Dragon Ball, I feel like everyone should know. No one should be confused in character about these things. Like, Naruto is the one explaining things. And most of the time, the people that he's explaining to, there's no reason for anyone to be confused.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're explaining for our sake, like for the audience's sake. And that's something that's really annoyed me with like shonen, is that they, you know, that whole thing of like show don't tell. A lot of shonen tell.
Oh God, it's,
you know what I mean?
Telling.
And I'm just like, I don't know what other way you could have done this where it doesn't feel as inorganic. But I'm surely there's some other way. Like, I mean, maybe you did, but like, I didn't notice it with Bleach, that like these like over explanations or whatever.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It was just like, but I mean, the only thing that justifies it for me is that like it is for 13 to 18-year-old kids.
That's fair.
Because like like I don't remember in the OG Naruto, I don't remember once as a kid being like, oh, can they like not explain this? I remember being like, what? Like,
okay,
how does he do that? But then since Shippuden is like Naruto's 16,
yeah.
But yeah, Naruto's fault is like over explaining. The flashbacks, they're not as bad now, but like I feel so old. We used to turn on the TV, be like, oh my God, new Naruto episode, and like 5 minutes of fighting.
Right.
3 to 5. The whole rest being fucking flashbacks, which like are necessary, but like, goddamn. What was his plan? He wanted to.
It's the same sort of like, I don't know if you watched Infinity War, like Marvel. Thanos' big plan is like to eliminate half of the universe to have peace.
Doesn't it work?
I mean, depends on who you ask.
Yeah, if you ask Iron Man, apparently did.
And
sorry to the Iron
I
Man
think it's the same sort of thing of like, I mean, sure, if you commit genocide, there are less people, which makes it more peaceful. But that's not very ethical.
Yeah, his plan is definitely fueled by rage, which is never a good way to go about anything.
No,
rage,
I wouldn't say so.
Oh, we got to talk about.
I was also going to ask, this is a very important question. What do you think Pain was thinking when Naruto and Hinata were talking? What do you think he was going through his mind?
Honestly, secretly, I think he was probably like, oh God, give me a second. Like, he just done like 3 planetary devastation. Or not yet, I guess, but he's probably like, oh. He's probably talking to Conan. He's like, hey, girl, honestly, the weather's so nice out. Oh, maybe we should like rejuvenate one of the people. But that is one of the biggest faults of anime. That, and get this, every person based off anime's goal, every anime I've ever seen, Shonen, they should have Britney microphones. Because these hoes be in a field 300, we can barely hear each other sitting right now. These hoes be 300 like feet apart. They'd be like, and that's my ninja way.
And
how
no
the fuck
one's
did
like,
Naruto hear? How the fuck did Naruto hear Hinata's whisper ass mice ass voice? That's my. Oh, speaking of voices,
okay,
bitch. Why does this slug I figured out sounds like Ariana Grande?
It really does.
And it's when I heard it, it's because after he came out of his Nine Tails moment, and she goes, I almost died in there. I was like, what is that? Ariana, what are you doing here?
Oh my God.
But I also want to put in this request. Can we please, in honor of everything else getting rebooted, can we please get a re-animation of the fight?
Please, that needs to happen because it's so ugly.
Because do you know how good of a fucking fight it has to be to look that bad and still be good?
Yeah.
Like that animation, it looked like Play-Doh.
It really does. It's one of those like YouTube poops type things where like you're like, oh my God, what the fuck am I watching? It's really gross, especially that one punch that Naruto gives to Pain. You know exactly what I'm talking about?
It's like melted cheese off of pizza. It's like, girl. So okay, I also want to say this. If any of the Naruto fight songs were our national anthem, I would stand up. I have one on. Hold on.
Go on.
I have some in my records. I was listening to it and I was like, I listen to ASMR, but I'm like, this is also my ASMR. Hold on. Is it this one? Oh, this scene was also hysterical to me.
Oh my God, I literally was gonna show you that.
And the
because
ending,
that is so funny.
And the ending when his head is just right there.
That is so funny to me.
Oh my God.
A little wackadoodle.
It was.
Shit.
Oh, I also want to, the other thing I took a picture of, which, how many times have I watched this fucking show? This is the 4th Hokage. They show him with them fighting before Naruto goes in. Before
Oh my God.
Before the viewer knows before we know that he's the fourth Hokage.
Yeah.
While Naruto is like going into his tail
beast
mode,
yeah.
they show him.
That's incredible.
Okay, those are my only things.
Do you hate me now is giving
You're right.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Okay, so I think we should talk about the fourth Hokage and Naruto's conversation, which I had to stop to watch this like fourth Hokage and Naruto conversation, and I cried.
I cried today. That's why I had to stop watching. Wait,
It's so good.
we have to do this. We have to do it. Because as a viewer also, Naruto ain't never admit that he was having a hard time. Naruto ain't never say he was going through it. Is this it?
Do you have any idea what I went through because you did that?
Oh.
All of the grown-ups just looked at me with contempt or with fear, and I couldn't make any friends. I just wanted people to accept me, or at least not hate me. So I trained really hard to become as strong as I could. Then I met Iruka-sensei, Kakashi-sensei, and Pervy Sage, and I was happy because they helped make me stronger. But just when things were looking up, a group called the Akatsuki came after me. So then I had to train even harder than I did before. I got stronger, but couldn't stop the Akatsuki from killing my friends. And I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Damn it, am I supposed to be happy or mad? I don't even know.
Yeah, no, that gets you.
Let me move my bang. That voice actor put their
she went
pussy
off.
into that performance.
Yeah. It's a girl.
We never saw Naruto actually admit that he's been going through a hard time. You know what it is? It's like seeing your dad cry or something.
Exactly. That's
You're
exactly
like,
what
what
it
is going on?
Yeah. That makes me uncomfortable.
And it's very, very interesting.
It's visceral. That's what it is.
This happening while he's fighting someone called Pain. He's fighting his pain. He's fighting the fucking pain.
Dude.
This arc is disgusting. It's sick and twisted. Now, I will say, you might not know this. Your brother probably does. All Naruto fans, we fucking hate the third Hokage. The fucking third Hokage can choke. Oh, wait, he already did. He got his fucking soul snatched out of him by Orochimaru. That's where we stand. This man, this is when also the viewer, we all come together. We're like, how the fuck did we not know that this was the fourth Hokage? Because he looks exactly like him. The third Hokage was supposed to take care of him.
And he didn't do that.
And I get one thing where he's like, oh, because where he didn't want people to know about the demon fox or whatever.
But they did.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's
they
fuck
did.
the third Hokage.
Everyone knew that he had the nine tails in him.
They also could have given him a nice
time.
apartment. Have you ever seen Naruto's apartment?
Yeah.
Why do you think he's obsessed with ramen? Because you didn't feed him, whore. Oh my god. We all
and that's
say
what I'm
fuck
saying.
the third Hokage.
The Hidden Village failed Naruto in a very specific way that everyone knew. Which is what Pain doesn't know all of these details.
How the fuck?
But if he did, I feel like you could use that to fuel his anger towards the Hidden Leaf Village because yeah, look at all this shit that they did to you.
Also, everyone by this point knows that Jinchurika's lives are ass. Okay, he was just blinded by anger. But that nothing was more that's a kid's show.
Yeah.
He meets his dead father. That's as if Malia Obama was fucking grew up in the trenches just to find out that her dad used to be Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Was a Barack Obama.
And was inside of you the whole time.
And also at the listen, we're skipping over that.
He also, another thing that Naruto says is he's everyone has these high expectations of me. And that also really got me. I cried at that part too. Because the thing is, everyone has such high expectations of Naruto. Because Naruto put those high expectations onto himself from the very beginning. He's I'm gonna be the fifth Hokage, whatever. and no one believed in him. And then now everyone's is like, well, didn't you say that you wanted to be this huge thing? Like, didn't you say that you wanted to be this? Like, look, you're the only one that can do this. And so now he's like in this stage of like, oh, what if I can't do it? What if I don't know? What if everyone has their hopes on me and I can't do anything?
Yeah, that and
Which
like
is classic, like overachiever burnt out cycle.
that, and he feels a lot of pressure because the only way that he could be looked at as a human is if he's superhuman.
Exactly.
Naruto black people. Naruto black people. Like that's all it is. That's why so many black people love Naruto. Like it literally is just the story of being black, of having to like, if you have to work 20 times harder just to get to where a sliver of a white person is at. So
no mediocrity.
Just to prove himself. Naruto has to fucking save the entire Hidden Leaf village just for them to be like, hey, I think we like you now.
Yeah.
I think you're a real one. Oh my God. When the part where Shikamaru his dad was like, we should just let Naruto go by himself, and they were like, why would you do that? And that's what Shikamaru.
Oh, and then you have the flashback with Shikamaru. I also was like, Shikamaru's a real one.
He's the best, one of the best characters.
One of the best allies Naruto has ever had.
From the
what
tuning
a fucking
exams,
bestie.
from the tuning exams where he like famously like he gave up, and he's the only one who got to become a chunin because they were like, you use the right battle tactics. He was like, oh, okay, I guess. Like he's so smart, and him just saying like, Shikamaru has always believed in Naruto, which is why
all the way up to Boruto, where he's a deadbeat
You're
dad.
my right hand.
Not Shikamaru's a deadbeat dad. Naruto is.
Shikamaru's an amazing dad.
Yeah, he really is.
And so yeah, that, and at the end of the fucking fourth Hokage thing, oh my God, the unprofessionalism. I kind of hate when parents do this, but I guess it is correct, is when he's like, how am I supposed to do this? And then
figure it out.
The fourth Hokage. No, he said because I believe in you.
Oh.
And then
okay, thanks.
At the end he goes, I know I can do it. And he goes, thanks, Dad. And he has, because he just found out that his dad was the best Hokage in the history of ever.
I know.
The fourth Hokage is like, third Hokage, who cares? He is he's the flash of the leaf. His talk with Pain.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yes.
And the entrance was incredible when he decided to get hit by the thing.
And he had to convince the other people, whoever they are, the other ninjas, that like
the rest of the Hidden Leaf.
Yeah, to like trust him, I guess.
And it's really fascinating meeting the creator of the Akatsuki. I'm gonna keep it buck. I had to like stop watching today after their dog died because I was like, this
after
too much.
Their dog died.
Pain and his little backstory.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh God, they were like all when they were poor and hungry, and he had like a dog.
I wouldn't have been able to see that anyway. I don't do dogs dying.
Do you know about like their background though?
No.
Okay, so Pain was one of three. So it was Pain, Conan, which is the purple hair girl who she was very big in the gay girly community. She's getting shipped with everybody. Also, even in like the straight fix, she'd always show up to the party with her girlfriend. Like I think it's because of her. I never thought I could just do this. It's because of her cool demeanor. But they essentially were victims of war. Like Pain's parents were killed by Hidden Leaf Shinobi. And it was the pussiest shit. The Hidden Leaf Shinobi, they come into his house, they're hiding, him and his parents, and they're like, oh my God, there's food here. And the parents, who are in civilian clothing with their child, they like are trying to sneak out, and of course Pain like makes a noise, and then the Shinobi kill his parents. And then they look after they fully kill these people and go, oh my God, they weren't ninja. Oh no, they were civilians. And they literally look at Pain and they go, we're sorry, kid. And they weren't joking. This wasn't like asshole shit. And then Pain awakens, says, Renegon, and then kills him. Every person with a Keka Genkai, except for the Byakugan, honestly, any Sharingan, Renegon people, cancers. You can only awake your superpowers by going through tragedy and then thinking about it. Think about fucking Pain. He's a Renegon. He spends his whole life trying to kill the Hidden Leaf Village. Fucking Sasuke, Sharingan. He spends his whole life trying to kill the Hidden Leaf Village. Like, Hidden Leaf, be sensitive, okay?
Yeah, they're not very trauma informed.
They're not. Yeah.
They need some therapists over there. Like major.
You don't understand. Naruto would be 3 episodes if there was a single therapist that could walk in.
If there was a single responsible adult.
Kakashi Sensei is the closest, and he don't care.
Exactly. That's the problem.
He's such a New Yorker. Kakashi Sensei is from Brooklyn. He mind his business. He keeps his nose in that like porn book, and he says, "I'll be here if you need me."
Don't need me.
Also, in that fucking don't need me.
Don't need me.
Let's talk about Sasu Hina.
Okay.
This is the only not you coming alive. I'm kidding. The only shipping I've ever done is with Naruto.
Okay.
Like to your level of shipping.
Okay.
And so I've just got, while I was in the shower thinking about what I was going to say today,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I realized about Naru. What is it? Sasunaru or something? Sasuke Naruto? Because I never shipped them together, right? And that started out as me not even remembering that gay people existed growing up. Even though I fully have a gay brother. And then... And then finding out that everyone shipped them, and then me being like, oh, I don't see that. And then me being like, okay, now I do see that. And now I think it's the most beautiful thing is that they can never be together.
No, it's 100% tragic, which is also one of the best things about them.
The best thing, that's why I could not read something where, like, it is just the most beautiful showcase of, there's a Frank Ocean lyric about this, whatever. But like, Naruto wants Sasuke to change too much.
Mm-hmm.
Sasuke has too much of an inferiority complex about Naruto. There's love there, but they will just never be able to like obtain it. Like it's in too deep. Like them laying down on that rock with their like arms bitten off, like in the SpongeBob movie. Like, and then even now in Boruto, Sasuke's never in the village.
No, and he's a deadbeat. He's a runaway
They're both
dad.
Deadbeat
Dad, runaway, whatever. There's this joke that Sakura is Sasuke's beard.
Well, that's valid. Because they only fucked once.
Yeah.
And got one kid. Sasuke's like, this is it, one or nothing.
This is your chance?
No.
You better get pregnant. Not that he knew.
Have you seen The Handmaid's Tale?
No.
Oh my god, they do this thing like after they get fucked because they have to like get pregnant. They just like sit with their like their pussy up.
Yeah. Right.
I swear to God, Sakura was like, okay, this took a turn. So I started out reading fanfic about Sakura and Sasuke, and I actually really did love that fanfiction because like they're both hot, and it was like fun reading fanfiction about hot people being hot. I read this one about like them going to Vegas together. Also, the best thing about Naruto fanfic is like any simulcast fanfic is like the whole gang went to Vegas together. I was like, oh my god, definitely had a crush on Sasuke growing up.
Who did?
But then, I also found it in some insane news. You know how I always talk about? Okay, so I ship Sasu Hina because they're both royals. They both have beautiful black hair. They both have Keki Genkai. One is shy, the other's conservative. Like, it's a beautiful pairing. And, I was scrolling through Naruto.fandom.com for the first time in my life. The author confirmed that if a Uchiha and a Hyuga have a kid, they have one in each eye.
Cool. I love that. I never loved Hinata and Naruto.
Me neither.
I never loved them, and I didn't really understand it because I do get it from an archetype point of view of like, oh, this is the shy one, and this is like the extremely extroverted one, like whatever. And I do like the idea of like this high class person, and then this like the lowest of the lows,
Renji
of Naruto. Yeah. And but they didn't have like actual conversations in order for them to like, they didn't have anything in common. Hinata is someone who is very like, she doesn't go out of her way to do something except for in this arc. And I don't know, I just didn't get it. It just seemed so random that like they just needed to pair Naruto with a girl, and it couldn't be Sakura because it couldn't be someone that Naruto was like lusting over. Like that wouldn't make sense. Like whatever. And there's not that many girls to choose from, I guess.
There were. That's the thing. Like if the
other than Inu. Well, like in the class, I mean.
Well, there's Ino, there's Tenten. Like technically, you could have done Sakura and then given Hinata. That's the other thing. Why I ship Sasuke and Hina is that Hinata and Naruto do not make sense.
They don't. Like
no.
They don't.
They famously in the movie, which I genuinely could not believe was real, is that like they go on a mission together. This was them piecing their shit together. They go on a mission together and they end up like in some kind of cave and they kiss and fly up into the sky.
Very Superman.
Fly up into the sky. If you know, you know. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. And I rebuke it.
Oh my God.
Like, no.
But I will say, in this flashback, in that specific episode, I'm like, okay, I do kind of get it.
I think it's fine for him. Like, she likes him. But if we got Naruto in here right now, we said, what do you love about your wife? He'd be like, well, she cooks really well.
Exactly. That's exactly. It's because they're all gay. That's why. It doesn't make any sense.
It really doesn't.
Like, what do they talk about? That's what I want to know.
Their children, though, adorable. Like Himawari.
Cute. So cute.
I'm also obsessed with Hal.
A lot. I even love Boruto a lot. He's really cute.
Boruto's so fucking embarrassing, bro.
Well,
he
was
cheat.
His mom.
Like, Naruto was embarrassing, but Naruto would have never cheated.
Would never what?
Cheat. He cheated in the tuning exams.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I guess he was kind of... Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Wait.
Well, listen. Boruto doesn't have a father. He doesn't have Naruto also didn't have a father.
It's so sad how, like... Isn't it really cyclical?
It's so sad. That's what makes it really sad.
It's realistic.
It's so realistic. Because Naruto... Why would you do the exact same thing that people did to you when you were a child? Like, why would you do the exact same thing, making the exact same mistakes, all because you're like, I'm so busy being Hokage, okay, but you still have children? It's very... And Sasuke's also doing the same shit.
Sasuke on something else. It's such like a new money thing where, I mean, I experienced this where your parents will literally be like, I gave you $20.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're depressed?
Yeah.
I just got you a car. Mm-hmm. Why are you crying in it? Like,
and it's the same thing of like, why are you know that when we were your age,
I had to walk.
We were fighting wars. Okay, Dad, do you want me to do that?
What do you want me to like? What am I supposed to do with that?
You made the peace, and now you're mad that there's peace.
It's so like
what? Make it make sense. No, justice for Boruto.
Made the peace.
Justice for Boruto.
Oh my God. Also, Hinata ain't shit either.
No.
She'd just be like, well, that's your father.
Well, your father is going through a lot. Fuck Naruto.
Meanwhile, she's like coddling Himawari. Like, okay, if you're gonna like pay all attention to your girl, at least have like the dad pay attention to the son.
Exactly.
And it is so painful watching the tuning exams because like it's like one of the biggest points of your career. Mm-hmm. And have you seen the famous scene where Naruto brings a shadow clone to Himawari's birthday?
I don't remember.
Oh my fucking God. The authors really said, you're going to hate this man today. They had Naruto. He was too busy to go to Himawari's birthday party. Her like
I did see this.
Since the shadow clone got too tired, the shadow clone popped and they dropped the cake. Not only did you just find out that your dad's trying to okie doke you, he fucking dropped the cake that your mom made.
It's so despicable.
I'd knife him. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Okay. So what did we learn?
I think we learned
therapy is important.
Therapy is essential.
It needs to be like, you know how they have to like mandatory. Go to war in Korea or something?
Yeah.
Military service?
Yeah.
There needs to be mandatory therapy.
I agree. Some people really do need it. I think everyone needs it.
Think about who we would be without it.
Horrible people.
When did you start going to therapy? Good therapy.
Well,
that worked.
I started in senior year and it worked for what I needed then.
Okay.
So, but then with most recently, it was 2020 during the pandemic.
I think the therapy that I've been technically in therapy for on and off for 5 years, but it started working 2 years ago. Shout out Fanny. If you see this, you haven't been on TikTok, you see this, Fanny. You my real, you went day one.
We're big fans of you, Fanny.
We are big Fanny fans. To our British listeners, chill. Daddy, chill. It is a storming outside. It was a dark and stormy night.
It's so windy. I think that like war and peace is complicated. And that you can't run away from pain.
Spoke.
Unless it kills you. And then you should run away from it.
Yeah, we learned that, like, at least I learned that it's okay to experience pain. And it's okay to even be mad about that pain. But it's debatable whether or not it's okay to weaponize that pain against other people. Bitch, sometimes I just be saying it.
You say things and then they resonate.
Sometimes I just be saying it. And Naruto, if there's one thing I want you to take away from this episode, if you're a Naruto hater, watch this pain arc. Watch the Sasuke Itachi fight. Read the naruto.fandom.com page. Because this anime is... Would you compare this to Dragon Ball? Like, as the way I think about Dragon Ball, is it deep like that?
No.
Really?
Yeah, no. I mean, it could be if you really want to overthink things.
But, like, not...
Like, about, like, their original world and stuff like that. But, no.
Because this goes into...
I think this can compare to Bleach, though. In terms of, like, lore.
Yes.
You know.
Bleach is lore and fights. I would say Naruto is, like, lore and philosophy. There's not a lot of... There's some philosophy in Bleach, but, like, the author had to... What is it, Miyamaki or something? I don't know. He had to have taken at least one philosophy class.
Oh, I think he's taking multiple.
He's definitely read that one
It
book.
is one of those things where I don't like talking about philosophy because it does seem like
pointless,
a wasted topic because there's no resolution.
And yet we're besties. How did that happen?
What's the point?
You are such a concrete creative. It's so confusing.
I am. I'm very much like
the most concrete
facts.
creative. That's how you know you're a film person.
Yeah.
Film people be like that. Next week, are we doing My Hero?
Are we doing My Hero? Or do you want to do Inuyasha?
Well, we gotta jump on the My Hero shit.
No, you're right. You're right.
You choose the arc though.
Oh,
should we do the sports festival? That's my favorite.
Is that your favorite?
Bitch, when Bakugo is in the chains at the end, I will never.
Okay, we can't. I have a lot to say about it.
All right.
All right, we'll do something from My Hero next week.
Next week, My Hero, take us home. I always do the poetry.
Because I don't know what to say. All right. I don't know what you say.
I don't. Just things that.
Stay blessed.
Mercury is in fucking retrograde. Goodbye.